Hi everybody, welcome to the Thursday update. I am, as you can see, I'm in my pajamas. I'm also freshly showered, and we finally had time to shave my fucking head. I don't know about anybody else who regularly shaves their head, but like, I straight up don't feel normal if I don't have my head shaved. Like, it's just not, my head doesn't feel right. Like, literally my whole head, inside and out, does not feel correct. So maybe that's like a queer thing or something, but it's real. This week has been a motherfucker. This week has been so fucking inside, in the business, inside me, I've been doing amazing. And then the world is gestures wildly. The world is I was listening to my favorite songs list and a mashup while I was in the shower, and In Vogue's Never Gonna Get It came on, and there's that part where that like man goes, now it's time for the breakdown. And I was like, I could just start screaming. Could I stop though? And then I was like, oh, the bathroom window's open. It's like 9 p.m. I'm not gonna fucking do that to my neighbors. But I felt it. I was like, just scream. I said on Monday that we were $25 away from meeting our earnings goals for the month. We have now surpassed our earnings goals for the month. That is fucking bonkers, and I'm so happy. I doubled. So if you'll recall, from July to August, we made a 667% increase on our income. And then in September, I was like, what if I doubled my earnings goals? Because that's insane. That's a trajectory. And I was like, okay, I'll double my earnings goals. It feels somewhat conservative to double them because they sextupled July to August. And my earning did. My goals didn't. But I was like, doubling seems safe, but it also still seems like a stretch because I don't understand how this growth could keep going. And it did look like we were going to meet the goal early in the month. I said this before, and then we had a client drop out, and then we weren't going to meet it. Now we're going to meet it again. Or we already met it. We cash in pocket, already met it. No takesy backsies. So that is a thing. I feel overjoyed. And I feel specifically overjoyed at the fact that when I started this thing, I was done working huge hours. I was done putting my job before my family, my health, and myself. I was done lying. I was done writing things and saying things for employers that turned out to not be true, or that was just lip service and was an actual work that didn't have a budget line item behind it. And I was done feeling like I didn't have anything to contribute because my work was being so severely undervalued. And I started this company with the idea, how can I make enough money to live my middle-class life and still take breaks for meals, sleep a reasonable amount, sleeping in is one of my favorite things to do. And at the time it was just sleeping in. Now, of course, I have this canted schedule where I go to sleep at like 3 or 4 in the morning and wake up at 10 or 11, and I get a full night's sleep and I feel rested, and I have the energy to do the things I want to do in the day, and I'm not easily overwhelmed or exhausted, and it's amazing. And I'm still making increasing amounts of money. I have brought on people this month to help with the work, and it's amazing. My project director was like, because I have a project director again. My project director was like, you're the only person that has done well in this shit show of a world, which is not true. I know a lot of people are having an amazing time because a lot of us have decided, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to put myself first for once. I'm going to say no to things I don't want to do and yes to things I do want to do. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. Like, this motherfucker's on fire. We're going to have a good time. We're going to do what we want to do. And the people I know who have said that are doing much better on average than the people who are just trying to make it through. Which, trying to make it through is legitimate too, dude. This week has been a fucker in the national news. I've had to stop watching / reading it because it's too much. It is just, I can't spiral further into despair, or else I'm not going to be any good to anyone. And then where does that get us? Are we productive? Are we actually helping the cause by being a big sad lump of depression? No. It is not surprising, but also extremely painful that Breonna Taylor's murderers have not been brought to justice. And also, I have to remind myself that I used to live in two worlds. I used to live in the world where I knew that the police could kill you and get away with it. I knew that because they had threatened my father and my parents in front of me multiple times. And I used to live in a white world where the police would never do that. And I had to operate in those worlds separately. And I had to pretend that I didn't know that. Because if I said anything about that, people would be like, that's not true. You're being crazy. And now it is true. The world where the police will kill you and get away with it is the dominant culture world. It's something that we all collectively know. And it's something that a lot of people are working together day after day to solve and prevent in the future. Defunding the police is a huge part of that. We are defunding the police to the tune of $15 million here in Portland. And that is not nearly enough, but it is a good start. So I have to remember that this is a long haul. It's not going to be solved tomorrow. And injustice is the name of the game. It's been the sort of law of the land for a really long time. So, I'm grieving. Everyone's grieving this. Also, I'm going to save as much energy as I can to continue to work on anti-racism, be an anti-racist, invest in anti-racist policy and politicians and everything. So, on to my intentions for the week. They were recovery. I've been doing really good at that. I haven't been working any longer than I have to. Once I'm done with my projects, I don't pull things off the back burner and work on them. I just go home. I've been resting up, and that's been really, really nice. I also had gratitude as a thing. That's obviously been hard with the national news, but it's also been easy with what's happening for me and my business and what we've been doing this week and everything. It's wild. I live in a paradox right now. It's very wild. And the last one was focusing on the things I can control. During the workday and during the day, I've been very good at that. At night is when I tend to sort of be like, oh God, there's all of this stuff that I can't control that's happening, and what am I going to do? And I'll just doom scroll on Twitter. Like last night, I just sat here and read Twitter like for hours and and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh shit, it's time to go to bed. What the hell? And so that is noticing when the news and social feeds are tiring me out and being able to be like, it's important to know this stuff and be aware of what's going on in our world. Also, if I overwhelm myself with this information and then I'm not useful at all, is that really a good step? Does that really help the cause? Is that really making the world a better place for me to be more fucking freaked out all the time? No. So I'm going to go back to, I had kind of cut out a bunch of national news sources and social media and stuff. So I'm going to go back to doing that very sparsely and definitely not engaging with national news sources at all. My local paper is actually very good, and I'm going to read that and not read other things. So, other news things. So that's that. How did your week go? How did you go on your intentions? Tell me below. See you on Monday.